Hello, beloved ones. Traumatized here, your healthy, intuitive relationship coach, your freedom illuminator. Actually, before I start into your personalities, your purpose, I'll just take you shortly through my story, which seems like my thing is connected. I believe so. Okay, sorry. Yeah, when I talk about an intuitive coach, an empath, which is really who I am. I feel into things when we work together, when we talk. I get to know or inform you about things that are not in your conscious mind. And this is part of sort of the struggle that I had from childhood, because there is a lot of emotions that I felt. There is a lot of things that I knew, but no one was talking about it. So this resulted in me really saying things that I don't know why I'm saying, feeling the way that I could also not explain. Why am I feeling the way I'm feeling? And at the same time, because of the personality that I have, which is just like, say it as it is, I could not hide how I was feeling. I would just show up like that. And not everyone was really ready to hear what I have to say, even if they knew what they knew. So I struggled for a long time because I felt like, actually, I didn't just feel like, I was reminded and told that so many times, that you are just too much. You should be like other people or other children. And all these things resulted in me denying who I am. I didn't want to be who I am. When I hear people talk about someone being a down-to-earth person, being humble, thanks to Francisca, my lovely sister, she reminded me this when she says she relayed with that for a long time. She wanted that as well. And that was me. I wanted to be called down to earth. I wanted to be referred to as humble, but that was not part of my personality. And it was not because I was just born denying who I am. I was born into a situation where I had to find ways so that I can fit in. And since my personality was something that was like, it was associated with things that my little child could not really understand. For instance, if you talk about a child who's just showing up as they're showing up, and you relate it with maybe not finishing school, they talk too much, they're just too much, then it ends up being like, as a child, I end up looking at it as something that is too much. And your personality is your purpose, because your soul chose that personality for a reason. I'm not talking about the personality that you ended up forming because of whatever environment that you're going through, because that is what you chose to look around and say, okay, fine, I will be this person because I can feel like this is what people really like. And actually, we lie to ourselves many times, thinking that we can read what people wants to see, what people wants to have, the whole thing of being nice, which denies us of our uniqueness. Being nice and kind. And I'm not saying being nice and kind is not a great thing. It is a great thing. But if it compromises who you are, when you find yourself in a situation where secretly you sit down and you can see someone talking or doing whatever they're doing, and you're like, I wish I was that. What is it that makes you wish you were that? What is it in you that you are denying? Because I've realized that for a long time, every time I came across a word that says down to earth, something in me got steered. I'll just like, because that's not me. And I associated that with me not being enough. Is it true? It's not true at all. Do I really have to be humble and down to earth like other people? I don't have to be like anyone. I have to be okay with who I am, because my personality chose to come here and disrupt. And if I was in any other personality, I was not going to be able to have the courage to do that what I'm here to do. This is why I believe in relationships. At times you find that a woman, it can be the one who's like talkative and all that, and the guy is just like that down to earth that people talk about. And people will say, I wonder how this guy is managing with this person who is talkative and all that, like that kind of judgment thing. But this is what this man needs. It's what complements who he is. It's what complements who this woman is what brings the balance. Isn't that the beauty of us really totally being different? The beauty of our flavor not being the same. You can imagine if you have to eat something with the same flavor, eventually it gets boring. And talking about a purpose, like I said, your soul chose your personality because there is something that your soul wanted you to do here. There is a certain way that there is some things that your soul wants you to express, and it cannot be expressed by anyone else but you. So if you are busy pushing who you really are because you feel that this is what people want to see, this is what people want to hear, this is what people will accommodate, this is what people will like, I would ask you, what is it in you that you don't like? This is why when I talk about going to the core of the issue, because there is a reason why we deny certain aspects of ourselves. It doesn't just happen out of the blue. You wake up and then like, I'm not gonna like this personality. You're gonna hate it because it has been identified with something that, according to that little child, they interpreted that as something that is not allowed. And you know that when you bring it as a child, you are dependent on someone. You are afraid that when you bring that, you might not be loved. And guess what is happening? You end up attracting people who are showing up as that. They don't want certain parts to be touched. As much as at times, if you find yourself at times saying something because you think it'll make someone happy, and you just say it, but deep down you're like, should I have said it? I want peace. I don't want to disturb them. You have missed an opportunity of saving them. That's what the real you would have said. And I'm not saying we have to say it from judgment, but we have to say it from love, which can come from you if you have worked on your issues of the aspects you have denied, whatever that you were told. If you can work on them, you realize that who you are is it's beautiful, it's amazing, and it's just a unique you. And the whole world is not complete without that. And I know a lot of people will talk about coaching, doing healing, and all that based on our experiences, which is a beautiful thing. But when you come in with the experiences that you have or had, and you have not worked on them, you are going to take people that you are helping only to the level that you can go yourself. And it's not even about coaching or healing. It's even about the people that you relate with. In relationships, your children, you are going to take them to the level that you have reached, because some things are not comfortable. This is why when you are not comfortable with crying, expressing your emotions, you don't want your children to cry, because they touch something in you that it's not expressed yet, and you don't want to go there, and something that just triggers you, and it's like, can you just shush? You don't give them a permission to say it's okay for you to cry. It's okay if you just feel it. Or even if they come, someone did this to me, how did that make you feel? And you start having a conversation. You are showing them how to process their emotions. And I'm not talking about processing it from the head, because most of us, because of the information that we have, we do things from the head, we don't really process them. There was a time when I ended up going to seek help because of my partner. Like, it was like, oh, we have to go somewhere. And I'm up for it. And when I went there, we started talking with this amazing woman. And eventually she was just like, I don't know what you're doing here. Because she was getting pissed off. She was getting triggered. And she's like, why are you so calm? I'm here and I don't even know how to handle this. And you're here, you're just so. And she's like, I'm not the one for you. There's nothing that I can do. But I was just doing it because at times when I need some paperwork with German, I'll just go get some paperwork help. It's not like I needed some emotional help. It was good to just be with someone. But what was beautiful was to observe how she was reacting. And it was from a place of unresolved issues. And when you come as a client to someone like that, they're not able to take you to a bigger level, which I believe a bigger level is really opening up to love. You release that which does not serve you, but you open your heart fully to truly love. When you leave your client, your children, your partner in that state, even if you can voice your opinion and say, you know what, I don't agree with this, you can set boundaries, but you don't withdraw love. For me, that's the highest form of love. For me, that's the highest form of service. So I'm just here to say that your personality is in your purpose. If you ask yourself, if you continuously ask yourself, I don't know what I want to do. I don't know what I want to do. If I could know why I am here, I want you to look at your life. How are you really living it? Is it really you? Or is the values that were imposed to you? Are you really showing up as the personality in you that wants to show up? Or there are times when you look at someone just totally being themselves and like, I wish I could just be like that, flow like that. Or at times you get something and you get triggered, like, they're just being too much. It's just too arrogant, because that's where I lived. There was a moment in my life where I would see someone showing up fully as them, and I wouldn't even watch for or listen for a long time, because it was too much. And why was this too much? This is one beautiful thing. You can be the one who is in a situation, who has experienced some form of judgment, like I did in my case. I felt like I was judged. It was too much, and this conditioning, what was planted in me, is to judge those behaviors, because I'm judging it in myself. I was told it's wrong. I'm judging it. Then I'm going to judge it in other people. Therefore, you just look with the eyes that really told you that this is right, this is not right. You don't get to really experience fully what is in front of you. This is why you never really get to see yourself. You're going to see yourself from the eyes of what you are taught you are, and the experiences that are coming through you. Because you are not showing up fully as you attract people who are continuously going to show you that there is something that has to come out. There is some beauty, there is some depth, there is something that you have for us. Are you willing to share it with us? Or you want to hold it inside in an illusion of comfort, which in the long term definitely is discomfort? Are you willing to go deep into your heart and really feel it in and say, what is it that I am here to really share with the universe, with my beloved children? What is it that I'm here to do? What is something that when I show up fully, I find everything opening up, I feel an expansion, and I feel like I can be in that moment forever? Because that's you. And why are you scared? Why? I just want you to feel that. I once attended a small session with this amazing woman who spoke up, and she said her daughter is in this kind of in an open relationship, and it disturbs her because she's wondering if her daughter is safe. But when we dug deeper, when more questions were asked, she just said, I wonder what I would experience life, what I would allow myself to experience had it not been for the rape I experienced as a child. But what she was seeing in her daughter was showing up as if someone who is over caring, or maybe made discomfort because of how she grew up in. But there is a little bit of that, something that is like, if my freedom was not taken away from me, who would I be? And this is an opportunity for you now to really go within and say, what is there for me to heal? If I give myself permission to heal this part, what is it that will come through? What is it that I'll be opening up to? What is it that will flourish? What is it that will blossom? That you are just keeping open because of the judgment and whatever that you were told you were in this small little box, and you are not giving yourself permission to explore. Is it really that scary? Or it can be scary, but there is more that is in it for me. When you open up fully and open your heart to love it, even if you are scared, because at times we do it when we are scared. But when you have someone holding your hand, because we've walked through this, I have walked through this. I'm not showing up here to say because of a paper, this is what I'm doing. Because of an initiation that I went through in life. And I know a lot of you have gone through your own initiations. But you are looking at that and minimizing it Yet your tribe is waiting for you, for your flavor. They're not going to be served by me. They're going to be served by you. Because your flavor is what they want. And you are sitting back, telling yourself stories. I can't because this happened to me. I can't because I don't have any qualifications. At times you might have qualifications doing what you're doing. But as I gave an example with a therapist that I was with, because of certain things that she did not process and digest, she could not take me to a higher level than where she is. This is the beauty that I bring in when I talk about embodiment. What you went through already is huge. And you are still here. You're still here. I want you to sit in that and realize that you have courage. You are resilient. Give yourself permission to experience what God wanted you to do. Use the pain that you went through to breathe life into that little child in you, to breathe life into your family, to breathe life in those that come across you. Where someone says, I don't know her, I just met her, but I'm glad I did. You are powerful. And your personality is not a mistake. It doesn't mean that because you were told it's wrong, it's indeed wrong. No. Some people could not handle it. What is it? Why did you choose it? What is it that you are disrupting? What is it that made other people push and say, can you just suppress that? Do you realize what I'm saying? Who you are is huge. What you went through is huge. Do not let it be a waste. Do not let it be a waste. Don't. Don't. A lot of people need you. And you need to experience yourself too. You need to experience yourself too. That's what I wanted to share with you. Thanks, my lovely sister, Zoli. I hope Linda is not the one who's behind again without a name. Thank you, beloved ones. I love you. I love you. I love you. And if you feel called, book a call and let's have a conversation. Your personality is not a mistake. Don't back down. Own it. Heal what needs to be healed so that you can finally shine through. Just blossom like a rose. That's what you are here to do. Much love.